Alright, what's up everybody? We're almost 100 hours in to my FireRed vs LeafGreen challenge. And it's been a little bit since the last shiny, so... today maybe? Today is the day. Probably. Maybe. Sort of. So, but we're still looking for Nidoran male in FireRed, and we're still looking for shiny Vulpix in LeafGreen. Alright, let me find a playlist. I actually started making a new playlist, chat, one that isn't like 1,000 years old. Also, I finally learned... I did finally learn why YouTube's playlists are so bad. Turns out there's actually a reason. Turns out there's genuinely a reason. Yeah, I only added 12 songs onto the new playlist, so I think I need to... I think I need to beef it up a bit more before we start listening to it. All right. This one will work. Yeah, it turns out YouTube's playlists are algorithmically inclined to show you popular videos and things of the such instead of actually shuffling like a real playlist. Also, again, if you're wondering why the Mr. Mime is here, it's because it has soundproof and Vulpix knows roar. It might be a little loud, actually. Okay. That is Mr. McGroove doing Flying Battery Zone. I was actually putting a lot of Sonic CD music on the new playlist. Duty games have some great tunes. Okay, we're starting off strong with a Vulpix. Now, if only you can be shiny, ma'am. Also, there was a little bit... the random Tuesday drop struck again, chat. Because they finally revealed more of that new Splatoon game. Nintendo loves a good random Tuesday afternoon morning drop. They love it. But I'm not a Splatoon fan, chat, so give it to me straight. Does it look good? If you're a Splatoon head, are you gonna buy the game? Does it look worth purchasing? It seems like a smaller project. Basically a mix of Salmon Run and DLC from the last game. I wonder what, yeah, I saw some people on Twitter complaining over the $50 price tag, and it's like, I don't think Nintendo Ragers will ever be appeased. Nintendo could release games for free and they'd still find a way to complain. It's like, protest the stuff like the $80 games, not... I mean, unless the game has, like, no content. But isn't that, like, the whole thing with Splatoon, is that, you know, it's endlessly replayable. I don't feel like listening to this. It is kind of interesting that they just kind of, again, just a random Tuesday trailer release. They didn't feel any more need to hype it up or anything. I really do feel like Nintendo's entire marketing approach has changed. random card game side mode for really no reason that nobody actually bothers to play. I wonder what this means for, like, when are we gonna get the next Splatoon, like, full Splatoon title? What are we on, 4? Is 4 the next one? What's up, everybody? How's it going? We're back once again in FireRed versus LeafGreen. LeafGreen is still one shiny ahead. We're over halfway odds for Nidoran male. Oh, look, we got both of the targets on the screen right now. Come on, fellas, just be shiny. Thankfully, the encounter shinies go very quickly. I think these are a million times better than being stuck in Professor Oak's lab. Also, it is kind of a shame that I don't have a bike in FireRed because I've barely played the game. Did 3 come out in 2023 or 2024? It was 23, wasn't it? Or was it 24? I don't know. I think I played the demo of Splatoon 1, and then that's my experience with playing Splatoon. Multiplayer games are just, I don't know. Pokemon Champions is maybe the extent of that. What's up, everybody? Good evening. Splatoon came out in 2022? Why does that feel like so long ago? Why does that feel like... Oh no, why does that feel like it's been so long? I'm always intrigued by the dev team behind Splatoon and Animal Crossing, because apparently it's the same group. Nintendo has these individual little game dev teams, and they all have their own projects that they handle. 4 years is an entire high school ago. That is true, when you say it like that. When you say it like that, yeah. If you're just joining chat, we're talking about the Random Tuesday, Nintendo's infamous Random Tuesday drop of the new Splatoon Raiders trailer. Like, is this being developed by the main Splatoon team, or is this one of Nintendo's, like, offshoot dev teams, I wonder? Splatoon 1 was 2015 and 2 was 2017. Wow, they cranked out 2 quick. They got Splatoon. They saw the success of 1 and were like rubbing their hands together, generating the ink. That is a very quick short. That is a very short turnaround time for a sequel. We've got to have money. Oh, you made it to Masters, Joshua. Grats. GG's. I bet it felt like a weight was lifted off your shoulders. People are bringing such nasty cheese in Champions now, it's like depressing. Tilted in singles? Yeah, that's a common singles experience. That's a pretty common singles experience. Also, speaking of competitive Pokemon, chat, after 2 weeks of silence, Play Pokemon finally came out, and this doesn't really surprise me, I suppose. But, yeah, they screwed over that Pogo player, Firestar. They did not want to admit that they were wrong. I think they were setting a precedent. A precedent for don't wobble Pogo table. Stupid. Torterra. Love to see Torterra. Actually, I think Torterra is the only Sinnoh starter I've not run into in Champions. We've seen a few in Polion and a couple of Infernape. No brave people out there running Turtle. The other starter, Turtle, is the one you see more often, Blastoise. It's really funny when people use Mega Blastoise and then don't invest in speed at any point. So when you go for a Shell Smash, a lot of Blastoises just die because they don't outspeed still. Yeah, there's been a lot of great... Pokemon competitive memes have always been pretty funny. Yeah, it's like, I feel like if you're gonna run Mega Blastoise, you should invest at least a little bit. Otherwise, you get outsped by so many things, even with a +2 Shell Smash. I don't know, I'm like genuinely bummed for that poor Pogo player. Like, what a terrible situation to be in. And then the guy that ended up winning, even though he had no say in the matter, like, what a terrible position for him to be in, too. And now all the Pogo commentators get to talk about the Orlando Regional. So that puts the commentators in a terrible spot, too. Just crap. All around crap. They released a statement. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. They doubled down. They doubled down on their statement. They would not admit that they're wrong. It just makes Pokemon, like, it's a bad precedent for, like, the entire game, not just Pogo players. Is what about when a VGC player gets, you know, an epic rock slide double flinch? I guess they have to sit there in silence. No celebrating. Everybody must politely golf clap now. This is a professionals game. I mean, he bumped the table. I wouldn't say he... That's bullshit. Nothing worth stripping the entire title away from him. I mean, Pogo players literally tappa. Like, that's... How do you avoid table shake when you're playing Pogo? Anytime I ever had the misfortune of doing Pogo competitive, you have to really... I would tap my little heart out. What's up, Dragoon? Thanks for the good luck. Orangaroo. Are a lot of people using Orangaroo in doubles? I've watched a little bit of like VGC player coverage of champions, but not much. I don't know what. I just know it's like all Sneasler and Incineroar, so basically nothing has changed. So basically nothing has changed. You're on vacation in a log cabin. That sounds nice. I'd love to touch some grass, actually. That would be great. Yeah, I'm very curious to see what they're going to add in for the next regulation season. There's a few certain items that I think will just instantly be like game over. Toxic Orb. Oh, imagine like Choice Band Basculegion. No, thank you. The DLC for ZA was so much content. It's too bad so much of it is tied to donut making. Flame Orb Milotic. One win away from Masters. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, the final push is always the hard part. Alright, we're at 44.55 for Nidoran and 21.55 for Vulpix. We are getting encounters much faster because I have a bike in LeafGreen. Does Guts negate the attack drop? Yes. I think you do like 1.5 more damage if you have Guts in your status. Something like that. A flinch and a para. Truly one of the most aggravating experiences that can happen to you playing Pokemon. Getting para flinched. It's so evil. Also, the Pokemon Champions Twitter... Hold on, let me find the tweet. They tweeted today... Let's see, where is it? I didn't even realize this, but Ironhead got nerfed. Ironhead's chance of flinch went down from 30% to 20%. I didn't even know that. I was today years old when I learned. But they have a little, Here, let me put it on screen. Way too big. But they posted this little graphic today, chat, so check it out. First impression, we knew about first impression, Troop Kick, Crabhammer, Psy Shield Bash, Shadow and Dragon Claw are categorized as slicing moves. Yeah, I didn't realize that Ironhead got nerfed a little bit. Salt cured status. Like, nobody's using Garganacl. Absolutely nobody is using Garganacl. I think that might have killed him. I think Garganackle might be dead, chat. They took him out back and they washed him away. Oh yeah, competitive Pokemon is... Luck is just a big factor as anything else. Pokemon is not a pure skill game, and anyone who says otherwise is incorrect. I mean, it helps if you have a lot of skill, certainly. But luck is always going to be a component. Always. Just the way it is. Gliscor is so mid without Toxic Orb. The fact that nobody is bringing it, even though it's in Champions right now, tells you all you need to know. Fraud. Fraud bat. Yeah, I think they might have murdered Garganackle, chat. I think he might be dead. Which, Saltcure was pretty annoying. Like, people who would run Garganackle. It's not a Pokemon I ever really wanted to see. But I like Garganackle, so it's kind of sad. I'm conflicted. On one hand, good. On the other hand, aw. Aw, that's too bad. Poor Garg. Poor Mr. Knackle. I feel like Garganackle was maybe one of the Gen 9 Pokemon they floated getting a Mega in ZA. He's in the game. Now, I have no basis for this. This is purely speculation, but I feel like they talked about it. They had to have talked about it. You can't give Garganackle an evolution. It's gotta be a Mega. Either a regional or a Mega. Do we think Tatsugiri will be completely unusable, just like he is in ZA? This Tatsu's the Giri. This does not Mama the Mia. This is not the Mama the Mia. Who's touching Gary? You don't want to touch Gary. He's got Intimidate. It was kind of funny. I was watching somebody play champion singles, and he went up against a few Gyarados, and it was kind of funny because he knew that they were like playing coy because they were all Mega, and it's like I played my Gyarados the exact same way. Guilty as charged. They don't go for the Mega right away, and it's like, oh, I know you're Mega Gyarados. It's like, damn, dude, you got me. You caught me. Because, yeah, if you're gonna run into a Gyarados, most often they are gonna Mega. D-Dance, Waterfall, Crunch, Earthquake. Yeah, I didn't even think about the stab Crunch from the Mega. Like, Crunch on Gyarados, on Mega Gyarados is great. There's a lot of Psychics running around, too. I saw a Mega Slowbro. There's lots more Gardevoirs running around, although Gardevoir is part fairy, so you'd have to be careful. I'm still upset over the Gardevoir that beat me with Vacuum Wave. Get out of here. Sometimes people scarf the most random Pokemon. Mimikyu, it is very satisfying to attack Mimikyu through disguise. Especially if you're playing one of the gross, tanky versions. Look at this. I got the numbers so synchronized. This is so satisfying. One thing I hope Champions will add, chat, speaking of this song, I hope they add some new tracks. It would make me very happy if every season they updated with some new cosmetics and some new music tracks and stuff like that. I would be a happy booper. I mean, I think the music tracks cost way too much VP. They're like 5K, which I'm a broke booper. But still, I would like more music. You can buy, I think it's like Oraz, FireRed, LeafGreen, and like a Let's Go song, I think are the 3 options you can buy with VP. I ain't talking like paid shit. I ain't paying for Champions. I genuinely don't think you need to. Maybe it's just because this is the Ultra Sun Ultra Moon. Did I save that tweet? There was a very funny tweet. Did I save it? It was cracking me up. Did I bookmark it? Okay, I know how to find it. Yeah. I have to show you this, chat. It's too funny. It is too funny. No, that's my YouTube dash. Alright, I'll just put it over there then. Oh no, my YouTube dash, all of my secrets! Pokemon Ultra Sun Ultra Moon takes the cake for the most confusing writing in the entire franchise. How is no one talking about this? If you use too much of its power, it will die! I am Lusamine. Why does she say that? Why does she say that? I am Lusamine. Why does she say that? That is so funny. I'm sorry, that's too much. I'm sorry, that's too much. I am Lusamine. I just realized the player character is Jason Momoa. Oh, that's great. What were they on for the 3DS writing? I am Lusamine. Yes, you are. Yes, she knows. If you drain its power, that will hurt it. I am Lusamine. The Registeel me, yes. 10 out of 10, no notes. I hope the others are on the island. Is Mime in Shiny locked? Yes. Again, Mr. Mime is here in case Vulpix is shiny. first of all, because it has roar. We got a little insurance policy. Mr. Mime has soundproof. Yeah, she predicted I am Steve. So, if you're wondering why are you using Mr. Mime, that's not shiny. The other shinies are chillin'. The other shinies are chill. Ignore Rattata. It's just because Mime has soundproof. So, pro tip, if you're gonna shiny hunt Vulpix in this game, chat, get Mime in. He will help. He will guide you. You had a shiny Chansey flee from you today? Oh, that's heartbreaking. Yeah, I think I saw that. Nick Offerman is in the Bloodborne, or was it Elden Ring? There is no way either of those movies, or are they movies or shows? It just sounds so fake. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't sound like it's actually gonna exist. But I think there's, like, set photos of the Elden Ring movie. Like, you can actually see where they're filming it now, just like the Zelda movie. Nick Offerman. Nick really likes video game properties, I guess. Wasn't he in the Last of Us show, the first season that people liked before everybody hated the second season? Would you even say that video game movies are, like, quote-unquote, like, good now? I don't know that I would. I still don't know if we've gotten there yet. It feels like all of these video game movies are being fast-tracked because the Mario movie made $1 billion. And now everybody's like, okay, well, people are sick of cape shit. They're sick of MCU stuff. Let's do video games. They're better than they used to be. What even is, like, the best video game movie? Like, what would that even be? Decent. Yeah, that would be how I would describe most of the video game movies I've seen. Decent. I mean, Sonic 3 was a fun, cute movie, but is it like a cinematic masterpiece? No. No. I would not say that it is. Oh, look at that. 4,500 and 2,200. Beautiful. Nice, even numbers. I'm so glad I did that extra 50 the other day. Because money. Hunt a Polito. That's a great shiny. It was fully animated. I still cannot wait for the day that the Zelda movie trailer drops, chat. I cannot wait to see people's reactions. I'm excited just for my own reaction. Like, what is it even gonna look like? Is it gonna look like a Super Bowl commercial? Is it gonna look decent? Apparently the new Resident Evil movie is pretty good. By, what's Zach Kreger? Is that his name? Yeah, is Link gonna speak? Can they really carry a whole movie without Link saying a word? Koroks? I think they're gonna mostly take from Ocarina. There's a production photo of some of the staffers, and you can see one of the sets behind them, and it looks very much like the Temple of Time from Ocarina. So maybe? Is it gonna be like the Mario movie where there's just like obnoxious references to every game in the entire franchise history and like a 2-second shot in the background? I hope not. Yeah, haha! You found me! Yoshi didn't get voice acting. Yoshi! Yeah, Donald Glover just said, Yoshi! And that was it. Boomer Bait Ocarina of Time movie? Compared to what else? What else would they do? There's not that many 3D Zelda games. The list is quite short. And the story doesn't really change that much in most of those games. They're not gonna open up with like... They've got to keep it... Oh, we finally found a Meowth that outspeeds my Maimin. This is a timid Maimin, by the way. Fuck you, Meowth. Go bother somebody else. Wow, it's taken like 4 streams for that to happen again. That's a shiny roll within itself. Finally found like a max IV jolly Meowth. I want to know if they're gonna have a "Excuse me, princess." Do they know ball? You're getting sick of shinies? Well, congrats on the 7. Beetle? He better be. I love that meme where it's like, is it just Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf that reincarnate and meet each other in every lifetime? Beetle is also there. He's one of my favorite Zelda characters. I love him. He better show up. He's destined. He's destined to be there. Can't wait to bomb some Dodongos. You dare bring light into my lair, Morshoe? I don't think they know ball that much, chat. That would be hilarious. Ropes, bombs? You want it? It's yours, my friend. We got a Tingle outfit in Breath and... Did it even come back in Tears of the Kingdom? I don't remember. Yeah, we haven't had many Tingle sightings lately, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with. No, they can't try to do a chicken jockey in Zelda. No, don't say that. Don't tempt fate. With my hook shot. Oh boy, smooching time.
Well, excuse me, princess.
We don't even know who is gonna play Ganondorf. Like, what is Ganondorf gonna look like? It looks like they're going for the mostly Twilight Princess looking look for Link. Although he does have a cape. He has a pretty cool cape. I gotta say, good addition. Sorry, Edna. Sorry to miss mode, but capes are cool. Sheriff Leto, God. He inexplicably keeps getting giant roles in Hollywood, so... Anthony Starr? Iron Man chest. I think Ocarina Ganondorf is my favorite design. Speaking of Resident Evil, I don't know what made me think about this, but for some reason I was thinking for Halloween it'd be really fun to go as Xeno. That'd be a fun-ass character to dress up as. Favorite Zelda design? Oh, that's a hard question. I'm always torn between Ocarina and TP. Yeah, hopefully, he'll be nowhere near the Zelda movie. Miyamoto will insert the Pikmin. He's valid for that. I think he is valid for that. Any way to keep Pikmin alive. Yeah, I feel like if people are discussing favorite Zelda games, if it's not Ocarina or Majora, people are gonna say TP. And then maybe like Wind Waker. I gotta go back and play Twilight Princess again. It's just that intro makes me want to hurt myself. I cannot stand the intro to TP. It's so long. I mean, he was good in Parks and Rec. I don't know what happened. The GameCube version better than the Wii. Do I have the Wii version or the GameCube version? I can't remember. Yeah, it was Star-Lord. It was the first Guardians movie that gave him his career after Parks and Rec. I love the Zelda games that are on both consoles. It's really funny that they did that again with Breath of the Wild, because my copy of Breath of the Wild is on my Wii U. I've been waiting to find a good deal for Breath of the Wild on the Switch, but it's never come down low enough for me. Originally, the Wii U version used to actually be faster in the speedrunning community. I don't think that's the case anymore, but once upon a time it used to be kind of funny. It ran fine. I never had any problems with it. I never had any problems with it on the Wii U. But Nintendo knows how to polish their games, unlike other companies. So unless it's like... You're typically not going to run into a lot of like really nasty bugs, crashes, some slowdown occasionally, and that's about it. Wii U Breath of the Wild is a bargain. I remember too, because I was watching people play it and I was like, oh, I want to play this game. So I decided to just get it for my Wii U. Because I didn't commit to a Switch yet. Nintendo's burned me a lot, releasing a new console and then giving me no games, so... That's why I never believe all the gaming companies, or like when Nintendo used to get really aggressive with like Let's Plays and stuff on YouTube, because I've absolutely purchased games watching people play them and then thinking, that looks fun, I want to also play. I have found and played so many of my favorite games of all time that way. Wii U was an unpopular console. You pre-ordered the Wii U version. Oh, I got the Wii U version, thank you. Before they were a publisher. I love all the... What is it about Nintendo that just makes people, like, have takes that seem like they came from somebody in a mental institution? Like somebody who's just not part of this world. Hi, Nidoran female. What's up? Speaking of a game I watched somebody play on YouTube and went on to be one of my favorites of all time, it's RimWorld. But I don't want to listen to this song. One of my least favorite... The Wii U had a decent library. It's just... The console itself... I don't know. It felt so plasticky and... Kind of feels like a kid's Fisher-Price toy a little bit. Resetting for a starter, but you don't know if you have the patience. Don't feel like you have to reset for a starter if you don't want to. No one says you gotta. 71st soft reset, nice. GG's. Yeah, I love Breath of the Wild. Breath and Ocarina are my two favorite Zeldies. Again, though, there's just not a big list of them. Just like 3D Mario. There's just not a lot to really pick from. I know it won't. It obviously is not going to have as much hype as something like, you know, the new GTA. But when the next 3D Mario game comes out, I feel like it's going to be a little bit of an event. Especially if it looks really good and fun. It's like, it has been so long since Odyssey released. Gonna need to clear my schedule. The largest gap between 3D Mario games? It's gotta be, right? Like, there's no way it was that long between Galaxy 2 and Odyssey, was it? Yeah, I wouldn't count Fury. Should Nintendo merge with Sega? No? Why? More monopolies, please. Nintendo should merge with Honda. Finally, I can drive the Nintendo shit cube. Yeah, Sega's, I think they've improved in, oh, another Nidoran female. A quickie. I think they've definitely improved with some of the choices they've made over the years, but it's still Sega. Sonic Lost World. Sega's probably too busy figuring out what they can do with Angry Birds now that they spent like $1 billion acquiring that company. The Mercedes ad in Mario Kart, it just looked trashy. Like, taking ad money for stuff like that just seems low class for them. It's like, what are you, desperate to pay the bills? You're Nintendo. You have 50,000 bajillion yen. Don't. I mean, Sonic's a popular IP and makes good money, but it isn't like a golden goose. In fact, Sega making boneheaded decisions with Sonic has cost the franchise dearly. It still feels like to this day we're paying for Sonic 06's choices. Nintendo. PD Piranha. Still have PTSD from Sonic 06. I think Sega does too. Which again, all the choices they made on that game were self-inflicted. Rushing it, releasing it early for the holiday crowd with how unfinished and bad it was. That was all their own fault. I mean, we should be getting a look at the next 3D Sonic game. Let alone talk about Mario, but we should be seeing the next 3D Sonic game. It's supposedly a sequel to Frontiers. However that's gonna be. Furry romance. It just fit. Whoever did the outline came up with the idea of Princess Elise. It's just never work in writing ever again. People really want to see Sonic kiss an adult woman. Yeah, you got it, dude. You figured it out. I never even liked Princess Elise's design. Like, she's not even that... This sounds so petty. Like, she's not even that pretty. She's not even that pretty. What's up, Drumsticks? I don't know. Like, she kind of looks like Kari from Digimon. I don't know if that's just a look that people over there in Japan like, but she kind of looks like a thumb. It almost kind of treads into Karen hair territory, where it's like this thin, really thin-haired pixie cut. Ugh. Some people can pull pixie cuts off. Most people cannot. Yeah, it feels like a Final Fantasy character. Maybe that's why she's completely sauceless. The best Sonic intro cutscene is in Unleashed. That cutscene has barely aged a day. I don't know how they achieved that beautiful CGI. If you haven't seen the intro to Unleashed lately, go back and watch it. I'm telling you, it hasn't aged a day. If they only didn't step on their toes when making Unleashed, we could have had a generational game. Although I don't like Chip's design either. Chip always reminded me of like a nasty little Growlithe form. Just this like generic canine fox looking creature. I'm starting to really loathe those designs. Because it's like you're just obviously trying to make something marketable. Like you want people to buy your plush toys. It doesn't feel authentic. You think Capcom's the best dev who isn't Nintendo? Yeah, speaking of the Unleashed copy for Wii, that's what I had, and that's the worst version. Apparently the Xbox 360 version of Unleashed was so far and above superior to all the other versions. Yeah, they crafted Chip in a lab to be like, buy his cute plush toy, and then they barely even merchandised him. Make it make sense. Even have the annoying, like, I like ice cream. I hate that shit. He's so tropey. Gotta have a cute little vaguely animal creature, and he's gotta like a little sweet treat. It gave you hearing damage? What did you watch? Oh, the Ryan Gosling movie. I haven't been at the theater in a long time. Interior crocodile alligator. I drive a Chevrolet movie theater. A lot goofier than you expected. PHX video, of course. I always thought it was cool. All right, 4,600, 2,300. We're getting some good numbers. Shiny soon? Question mark. Alright, this song has that instrument that's used in a lot of, Oh, this is, speaking of Sonic Unleashed, this is Jungle Joyride Night. It has that instrument that's in Avatar The Last Airbender that I don't know the name of. Has anyone watched the Aang movie? Is it worth watching? Also, heads up Twitch chat, ads are gonna play, but I will put the controllers down so you won't miss anything. The voices are off-putting. I really wish I had a bike in FireRed. That would be quite nice. I hate celebrity voice acting so much. It is almost always going to ruin a project. I would definitely finish the animated show. That's worth watching. Alright. Oops. Help! Yeah, they had to program a help thing in here because even back during FireRed, LeafGreen, Game Freak thought their player base was invalids. You thought it was awesome? Cash Chewbacca Mom is the voice for Daisy. Worth every penny! It's not me, it's the mask. Did you know it was the mask and not her, chat? A little fun fact. little fun fact. Yeah, they cast all those celebrity voice actors in the Aang movie, and then Paramount is not even gonna put it in theaters. So it's like, what's the point? Literally, what is the point? There's no point, because that's where you cast celebrities, to get all the normies to be like, oh, I like big name celebrity. Let's go see this. But if you're not even gonna put the movie in theaters, like, who gives a shit? What are we doing here? Some projects are just like, we have to spend money! Yeah, Batman the Animated Series is like a masterclass on how to cast good voice talent. A lot of DC, I think a lot of those DC shows have the same voice director, and she's like an industry veteran. She's super good. Like any project she's casting for is gonna have good voice actors. I want to say she worked on like Teen Titans and maybe like Justice League Unlimited. It's totally worth watching if you haven't seen the whole series. The worst is when they start to bring those types of people into video games. Like, nothing makes me roll my eyes more than when, like, CD Projekt Red gets a bunch of stupid-ass celebrities and has them in Cyberpunk DLC, and then everybody goes and claps, and they're like, it's Celebrity Man, I know him, yay! It's Keanu! Oh, barf. Justice League was so good. That was a banger. To push Teen Titans Go. Sad. Always embarrassing too when I remember this in the last Game Awards when Jeff Keighley had the whole cast of that dumbass Street Fighter movie and they were all like obviously drunk as hell on stage. Like, yeah, I'm sure these people all respect your art, dude. They definitely care, Jeff. What's up, Enzo? Nope. I'll take whatever the game gives me. I don't plan on doing phases. No shinies to report yet. Waterbend like Katara. Waterbending did low-key look like the most fun one. Yep, we're half odds for Nidoran male, and we're getting towards half odds for Vulpix. And again, the Mr. Mime is because it has soundproof, because Vulpix carries roar. Do not want a shiny to show up and then it roars me away. That would be devastating. I think I would cry. Mortal Kombat. I think there's both. Aren't they coming out with a Mortal Kombat sequel? Which they can't even sell Mortal Kombat games anymore. let alone getting their old ass dad fan base to go to the movie theater. Unless it's a streaming movie. Yeah, there was a Mortal Kombat movie a few years ago and I think it's getting a sequel. Stopped playing after MK11. Remember when they ported it to the Switch 1 and it was like a complete disaster? I remember watching somebody playing one of the more recent titles for a little bit, and the story is just like complete nonsense. You have all these characters that are like gods. It's like there's just no stakes. Like, who cares anymore? Like, what do you even do with these boring ass characters anymore? If everyone's like a god. Insert syndrome quote here. He was such a fun villain. Probably one of Disney's best, if we're being honest. I mean, I know people love Terminator, but did anybody really need T-1000 in Mortal Kombat? Bring back my dad comment from earlier. Can Meowth's gold coin be removed? I want to say no. It's like removing a turtle's shell. You can't do it. Yeah, Rambo, exactly. That's the most, like, dad character I've ever seen. He's in a jungle. Freddy Krueger. Oh. No wonder nobody wants to play those games. Well, there's a lot of other reasons too. It isn't just the cast. Every time there's a new MK game, I always see people posting their extremely funny, like, kicking animations. They got the stanky leg. Ben Stiller. Where's Zoolander in a video game? Some type of, like, Zoolander Dress to Impress game would sell millions of copies. If anyone out there wants that idea, there you go. Free idea. Millions guaranteed. Probably. A franchise that peaked in '92. Mortal Kombat is one of those franchises you're gonna hear about if you ever listen to, like, the history of video game, like the ESRB. Toasty! Big fan of the theme song, though. Might be the most single iconic thing. Love the Smosh rendition. Ooh, love Forgotten Land. Great song. Superb. Oh, you're hunting in the Friend Safari? Nice. Glad to see some Friend Safariers still out there. What's up, everybody? If you're just joining, we're 46.46 for Nidoran Male and 23.47 for Vulpix. Yeah, I'm very glad I never got into Magic. I'm very glad. I mean, it never, ever, at any point in my life, ever appealed to me. But now I'm, like, extra glad. YouTube personalities pack. Jesus Christ. We're just big chilling right now. Waiting for Shiny to shine. I don't think the IVs got fixed, but the roar glitch did get fixed. Whenever people talk about Hearthstone, I'm always like, wait, that game is still going? Tyler's been really upset because Blizzard... Good old Activision Blizzard, they issued I think they C&D'd Turtle WoW, which was a private server. Companies just can't leave well enough alone. As if those people playing Turtle WoW are gonna go and pay for, like, classic WoW. Fuck off. Just killing an entire game full of people and communities. I still think about that Jeff Kaplan interview where he said he was brought into the Blizzard, can't remember if it was like CFO or one of the bigwigs at Blizzard, and Jeff was told that if Overwatch didn't sell this many copies, then 1,000 people would lose their jobs and it would be all his fault. Like, what do you even do if you're told that? Like, I would explode that guy's head with my mind. No wonder he got the hell out of there. If Overwatch doesn't sell 1 trillion copies, 1,000 people are gonna lose their jobs, and it's your fault. Okay, bye. Chop chop. You can save scum for Pokeballs in the hyperspaces. You can save scum for berries too, chat, don't forget. Save before you talk to the person and then reload if they don't give you what you want. Yeah, I'll participate in Safari Week when it happens. I don't know if I want to do double FireRed LeafGreen or if I want to do like FireRed or LeafGreen and maybe the Marsh and BDSP like I did last year. Private servers are the only thing keeping WoW relevant. Yeah, no kidding. It's like... just leave them alone. Overwatch was making tons of money, too. So for Jeff Kaplan to be told that, like... all these companies just think games are gonna sell 5 trillion copies. Like, didn't Square do this with, like, Deus Ex, or maybe it was Tomb Raider? It's one of those franchises that they purchased the IP rights to and then expected it to sell 10 bajillion copies. And when it didn't, they shut everything down. Speaking of Sony, I just saw, I can't remember who it was, but he was being interviewed. It was a Sony guy, and he said Jim Ryan fired him because he never listened to Jim Ryan. he never listened to him. Beast mode. Beast mode. We've got to have money. I need to get that as like a video I can play on stream. Yeah, all the Western IPs Square had, they like expected them to do gangbusters. And when they didn't, they were like, Oh yeah, Square is a mess, simply put. Jim Ryan. I got fired because I never listened to Jim Ryan. Beasted on. Speaking of, I keep saying that's my, speaking of. This is totally random too, but I was watching one of the travel vlogger guys I watched occasionally is in Paris. He went to one of those wax museums. What are they called? Madame Tussauds? And it made me laugh because he was in Paris and there was just randomly an entire section dedicated to rabbits. Because Ubisoft is French. I don't know why that made me laugh. He had no idea who they were. This is an older guy. He doesn't play video games, and he had no idea who the rabbits were. It was cracking me up. Yeah, I guess if you go there, prepare to get Ubisofted by rabbits. I keep seeing people say that Steam is gonna plummet after Gabe is gone. I hope that's not the case. They are just the minions. Which, is Illumination also French? Aren't the minions also French? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Oh, they had plenty of human wax replicas. But then they also had a bunch of... Because France has a lot of animated characters. So they had that... I don't remember their names. The big guy and the little guy. That's like a big popular character strip in France. They had Ladybug and Cat Noir. They had a whole bunch of other things. Asterix and Obelix, yes, those guys. Those are the guys. What's up, Dreamer? It wouldn't surprise me if Ubisoft went under one of these days. It wouldn't surprise me. Was the Sly Cooper movie done? I remember when the trailer came out. Was the movie done and they just scrapped it, or did it never get finished? What was the story behind that? And they did end up making a Ratchet and Clank movie, which did make no money. It's making no money. And they've never attempted anything since. It's a make a no dollars. I paused my game for this. No. Covert troll. I really wish I was playing video games right now. I've always wanted to know why are there so many like old like Rolling Stone band t-shirts in like the women's department. Who's buying those? Or like Def Leppard. Is anyone actually buying those? I've noticed this for many years and I don't understand. Good night, Toon. Have a good one. I mean, it's not even like a comment on the quality of the bands. It's more like, I don't, like, are there people who actually, like, listen to this and are active fans enough for there to be graphic tees in, like, every women's or juniors department across America? Are there that many stands or fans? Ugh, jeans are horrible in general. I don't have a single pair of jeans in my closet, and I never will. Unless they invent jeans that are actually comfortable. And I don't think they're capable of it. I don't think they can. They're awful, Justin. They're so terrible. I don't know how people could wear jeans like every day. Especially with long pants, there's so many alternatives that are comfier. Because you don't have jeans, stay strong, fight the good fight. You're the one who's really valid. Yes, chat hates jeans. Good, good. Don't buy into big jean propaganda. Yeah, I have never had much denim in my closet. Never been bold enough to pull off a jean jacket. My only other type of pants that I hate more are those types of like women's pants where the bottom of the leg is really wide, so they look like elephant legs. Terrible. I'm not tall enough for those. Those are for women that are like 6 feet and above, which is not me. Not my ass. What's up, Sparkly? Big corduroy. The purse industry is responsible. I've noticed sometimes a lot of clothing can just be built like that, where it's randomly like wide in one area and it's like, what is this? What are we doing here? Yeah, my favorite pair of leggings I have doesn't have a pocket. It's like, why? Nothing wrong with some sweatpants. Some good cozy sweatpants can save your life. How can they be my favorite if no pocket? True. I mean, I have some with pockets, they're just not as comfy. I need, like, the best of both. Like Miss Montana. Oh, I hate the ones with fake pockets. It's like, what are you trying to trick me? It's like there's a hidden camera in the clothing rack and they're gonna jump out and be like, surprise, you thought there were pockets. Oh no. You'll find that they're fake pockets. Also, with any type of shirt, I especially like tank tops, I feel like, I don't even know how to describe this. Like the fabric like bunches around where my arm goes through the sleeve, and it just, I don't know what's wrong with me. But I buy so many shirts and then they just like fit improperly there. Very annoying. Sometimes I daydream about being filthy rich and having somebody tailor all my clothing. Wouldn't that be nice? Instead of having to buy clothes that are like one size fits all. Everything is custom. Or they won't fit. I know. So many times it's like, it fits here, but not there. Used to check Goodwill for shirts. I don't ever find anything worth a dingity dang, ding dang thrifting. I also don't have a lot of patience, like, you know, if you go to like a Marshall's or a TJ Maxx and there's the big clothing racks and you get to sift through everything, sometimes I don't even have patience to do that. It's like, there's too much here, I'm overwhelmed, I have choice paralysis. Yeah, I always, especially for like pajamas, I always size up. If it's something I wear around the house, lounging in, I always size up. That's just a pro tip, chat. You'll be more comfy that way. Although even then, like sometimes you order something in a medium and if it's like a large, or sometimes you order something that's a large and it's like the sizing can be, or even if you order like two mediums of the same, from the same place, they could fit differently. Yeah, Goodwill has been clued in too much by retro stuff. You can't get deals there anymore. My Goodwill has always sucked. For years. Even before, like, the pandemic and scalper stuff started happening, they were charging, like, $100 for, like, a broken dresser. Just charging an insane amount of money for stuff that you look at and you're like, oh, I understand why somebody donated this. Like, you're a Goodwill, not... couldn't even think of a fabric store, or a fabric store, furniture store to list. Lazy boy. Pier 1, that doesn't even exist anymore, I don't think. Ugh, I've been looking at standing desks. Talk about paralyzed by choice. There's only 50,000 bajillion of them out there. Come on, game. Where's my shiny? Also, I love Kieran's sad failure song. This is literally called Kieran's Failure from Indigo Disc. Funny. Yeah, I used to have a Pier 1 here and it's gone. I feel like so many businesses have just shuttered. I saw Red Lobster's bringing back Endless Shrimp. They never learn. They never learn. How do you not learn? Empty building waiting for a new establishment. We have a lot of those around right now. Yeah, I used to live in a place that was in walking distance of a Dollar Tree. Sometimes you just need to go and pick yourself up some gumballs. I'd Red Lobster. I mean, say this about Mr. Lobster, but the Cheddar Bay biscuits are legit. They're legit. Shark Tale. Will Smith fish. Oh boy, this makes me feel like I'm playing Champions. Yeah, they're Cheddar Bay biscuits. I stand by those. The frozen kind that you can get in stores are also good. I need them to get rid of all those, like, expensive celebrity chef meals that are like $7 or $8 for a tiny portion of frozen garbage. And put something else in there. I'm so sick of seeing those. What's up, Cyan? Shark Tale is a delightful capsule of a certain period in time. Working at the car wash. Now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head. They gave the fish hair. Martin Scorsese is in that movie. He's the big pufferfish boss. His greatest role. His greatest contribution to Hollywood. Yeah, the sharks. The sharks are the best looking characters, straight up. Is it Angelina Jolie? Was she the... what would you even call that? Hot fish?
The pretty lady fish. Gulp.
When are we getting another trailer for the next Shrek movie? What else is Dreamworks even working on? Are they making a sequel to that live-action How to Train Your Dragon that absolutely nobody I ever saw talked about? Gold digger fish. I miss that era when Disney and Dreamworks were just making kind of similar style movies and seeing who would win. Yeah, I think it'll be this year. I think it'll be later this year, Justin. I can't wait. That'll be like when the first Sonic trailer debuted. The reactions of everybody are gonna be so funny. Especially if it looks bad. I'm pretty sure it's a shot-for-shot remake, so if you watch the animated one, then you're good. Hi, Nidoran female. I think you're like the second or third tonight. 1%. 1% chance. Fingers. You can tell though with Shark Tale that they had fun making like the city in the backgrounds and all the billboards and stuff, having all the silly fish puns. It's not a good movie, but I feel like it's pretty harmless. Oh, you got a shiny Scarm. Nice. I love that shiny. Yeah, I think Pixar definitely had the better fish movie with Nemo, but Nemo is not a movie I ever have much. For some reason, teachers were obsessed with replaying that movie when I was growing up in school. And I would always roll my eyes because it's not a movie I have much desire to revisit. Like, it's a great movie, but I don't think it has that rewatchability. I mean, mostly because it has such a bummer opening. Yeah, we're going after Vulpix and LeafGreen and Nidoran male and FireRed. I got Mr. Mime out because Vulpix does get Roar. So again, reminder, if you're gonna shiny hunt Vulpix in LeafGreen, keep that in mind. Nemo game on her computer. Ow, I miss all those old licensed games. Yeah, the beginning is genuinely like, I think it's sadder than the Up intro, but I'm kind of an Up movie hater, so. Herbal place. And then nobody really speaks highly of Finding Dory. Even when it came out, I remember people just being like, I had a lot of Winnie the Pooh games when I was a kid. Those were all my Booper Baby Silver's first video games. I also had a few like the Reader Rabbit, Putt Putt, Freddy Fish. edutainment games. Oh, some of those old Super Nintendo games, the Disney ones, were hard. That Lion King one, I think, was especially difficult. I know a lot of people had trouble with the Aladdin one, too. The Aladdin one was a tricky one. Which is preposterous to think about today. Can you imagine game devs releasing games for kids under the Disney label that were that difficult nowadays? It's because a lot of those games, I think, were short, so they wanted to get more value out of them. Oh, I thought I changed it. Did I really? I thought I changed it. Oh, the Twitch categories screw me every day. Let me just save it like 3 different times and maybe then it will accept it. But thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying something. Mahjong. I think I remember the Neopets Mahjong game. I never played Earthworm Jim, but I saw somebody using an Earthworm on Champions, and its name was Jim. That must have been him. Before fighting Scar and could never finish it. Yes, some of those games are genuinely, like, unfair. You know who taught me a lot of that information? Angry Video Game Nerd. Watching those early episodes where he'd cover some of those hard as hell NES games. Good night, Bit Bandit. Have a good one. All been a pack of lies. And this is such a good remix. Buy You in the Boogie Tonight. A mech suit. I think they could do something funny with Earthworm in the future, chat. Put a pin in that. Earthworm just came out in Gen 9. Give him some time. He has potential to be very funny. I believe. If I get Vulpix, I'll have to look at what level to actually evolve it at. Because again, stone Pokemon, especially in the early Pokemon games, they will punish you if you evolve it too early, too quickly. Vulpix probably learns Flamethrower at like 43 or some nonsense like that. I could buy the TM. 29? That's not too bad, actually. We will definitely... I really hope I get Vulpix because... it'd be nice to go beat Erica with. Yeah, you can get it in the game corner. I want to get my shiny in FireRed so we can do the nugget grind to get that over with. Growlithe learns Flamethrower in the 40s. They're so evil. Why? They did Growlithe and Arcanine. I still think they do Growlithe and Arcanine dirty. Even after getting a Hisui form. That's just messed up. Ba-bum-bum. We'll probably just keep doing more of this tomorrow, chat. I really want to get more checks and get my shiny. Either or, both, preferably, soon. We're gonna try to get her done. If the game wants to be nice. You won't get extreme speed. Arcanine was running mixed special attack with E-Speed ever since the dawn of time. Vulpix has always gotten the... Vulpix is the golden child, and Growlithe is the scapegoat. Can't believe April's almost over. I know, where has this month gone? Going fast, too, especially since there's kind of just been nothing, you know, no big, huge announcements. No giant game releases, at least any that I cared about. Feels like we're in a lull. Lull. Hey, this song should be added to Champions. There are a few shiny hunts that I want to do. There's a few Pokemon in that I want to get shiny for Champions. Who was I thinking about? Oh, I only have one shiny Sableye, and it's the one I hatched for Spooktober in Shield many years ago, and it's in a Pokeball. But that means I'd have to rely on getting a Ghost or Dark Donut, and... it makes me want to cry. But I think it might be fun to try out Mega Sableye. I say fun and I'll never get to use it in the way I want, and then it'll piss me off and then I'll stop using it. Or somebody will just plant their nasty Umbreon on the field or something. I do have a Water 3 donut, so I was thinking about maybe getting Starmie. I did pick up a shiny Mudkip. I'm eagerly anticipating Blaziken and Swampert. As soon as Mega Blaziken and Swampert are allowed in Champions, we're hitting the ground running. Be fun to do like an all Hoenn team. Oh, looking for Uxie Uxie. Good luck. I hope you get it under 8K. That was a stubborn little late guardian for me, too. Tossed a Pokeball and caught it? Nice. I've definitely done that. The game feels like doing a little trolling. What it did to Incineroar? I don't think it did enough, quite frankly. Are they gonna bring in all the annoying terrain mons as soon as the next season happens? Rillaboom and Indeedee. Isn't Incineroar still the most used Pokemon in doubles? Yes, it is. It went absolutely nowhere. Even though I've seen people try to suggest otherwise. Some maniacs even try to bring that nasty thing to singles. Ugh. It's like seeing Sneasler in singles. Gross. They nerfed Sneasler too, and has Sneasler gone anywhere either? No. It wasn't enough. Be nice if there was like a Pokemon that just... I mean, there's a few. I think a lot of doubles players try to use... Milotic is a decent Incineroar counter, but we need like a genuinely built Pokemon that just counters Incineroar. Again, if they were funny with it, it would be like a wrestling water cat or something, or an opposite. You could do a little funny wrestling lore thing. Am I excited for Winds and Waves next year? I mean, we've barely seen anything about the game. Hard to say. What's up, everybody? If you're just joining, we're at 47.97 for Nidoran male and 24.97 for Vulpix. Yeah, Milo's a fun Pokemon. I've used Milotic competitively many times. It was even fun in ZA. Absolutely nobody was using Milotic. Pombon. It's all fun in games until it stands up like Incineroar. You know one of those starters is gonna be bipedal, if not more. You know it to be true. You know it in your heart of hearts. I hope it isn't Gekwa. I hope Gekwa doesn't stand up. Inteleon 2. I really want Brout to be a big fella. I miss big, monstrous grass starters like Venusaur, Torterra. We've had a lot of bipedal grass starters lately. I mean, he's on 2 legs, but he could evolve into something different. We have no idea what any of these Pokemon evolve into. Which is why it's funny when people go all in. People went all in on Lechonk, too. Did any of those people end up using it in their final playthroughs? After they saw Oink alone? Butch from Tom and Jerry. Yeah, people did all- yes, that's true, Sparkly. People were all in on Yamper. The heckin' Doggo Pupperina crowd loved Yamper until they saw what it evolved into. Then Yamper didn't even come back for Gen 9. Guy sat on the bench. That's crazy. They left him at home. I actually still need Yamper shiny, so... if you want to come on back for Gen 10, buddy. I'm ready. I could just hatchet Masuda in Sword or Shield one of these days. But I've tried. I have shiny hunted Yamper many times and I've never gotten it, so... Bolton just, it feels like a, how do I phrase this? It feels like they did the barest minimum. It's just so boring. It's also not, it's just another terrible electric type. Game Freak loves cranking out electric Pokemon that are unusable. Terrible. Like, could you maybe give Levitate to somebody other than the Rotoms, or... I don't know, do an electric move that can work on ground types? Because I think they need something. I think they need something at this point. Also, heads up, Twitch chat, ads are gonna play soon. They play once per hour to turn pre-rolls off. Yeah, it's just like a generic... It almost reminds me of, like, I don't know, like a PAL, or... if you asked an AI bot to... generate the most boring generic dog Pokemon that you ever could. You're in the lab? Oh, I hope you can get out soon. May everyone stuck in Oak's lab be free of his shackles. A lot of the ZA megas, yeah. I think for me, megas have always been a mixed bag. I don't know if it's just nostalgia or what, but megas have always kind of been like, you have some good ones and you have some bad ones. Zacian's way cooler. Yeah, you're right. They introduced Zacian and Zamazenta. We've only had about like 1,500 new dog Pokemon the past 2 generations. Duke Claws doesn't exist, I guess. Mega Darkrai. Mega Darkrai just makes me think of Doom from Shadow the Hedgehog. Also another Nidoran female, 1%. Did you know Onyx has the same attack as, the same amount of attack as Wurmple? I love sharing that one. If you're a silver viewer regular viewer, you've heard that one. But if you're new, let me bless you with that knowledge. Or curse you, perhaps. If you really like Onyx, I'm sorry. Got the hand of making donuts, you see what I mean now? Oh, good luck. Good luck with that. Donut Girl and Donut Gremlin. Somebody posted a picture of... For some reason, the sizing... Some of the sizing of Pokemon and Champions is a bit odd. like Salazzle being like teeny tiny, but you know what? Salazzle is the same height as Infernape, or around the same height. And Rotom, the sizes in Champions are just all over the place. Why did they make Infernape so small? I wish they would just retcon some of this stuff. Like, just change it. Does anybody really need to have this type of stuff set in stone? Like, give Onix a little bit more attack. What's the problem? Is anybody really gonna be mad? Make Charizard 8 feet tall. Onix cannot surpass Wurmple. It's written in the ancient texts. Yeah, sizes do differ. So for instance, I have a teeny Charizard. So when I send Charizard out in Champions, baby. But Pokemon, again, like Salazzle, who are just... have never been portrayed that small, or really small for some reason. Even if you have, like, a big one. They're still very little. And the Rotom appliances have gotten big. Like, Rotom Wash and Frost are both huge now. The Ash variant. What's up, Adam? The closest thing we would have had to Crystal Onyx is Terra Onyx, and Onyx isn't even in Scarlet Violet chat. Can you believe it? Ash Greninja never existed. Good. I saw somebody was facing a Mega Chestnut, and somebody in chat said Mega Chestnut feels like the most Digimon Pokemon. Why is that true? Like, I agree. Mega Chestnut is like the most Digimon-looking Pokemon. He went for an Iron Defense. He got dual wing beated by Mega Aerodactyl, took like 60% damage, went for an Iron Defense, and then promptly died the next turn. You were annoyed by Charizard in the anime when you were younger. I still remember the episode with the Poliwrath where he finally did listen. But yeah, they did drag it out for a very long time. You think Vikavolt pretty Digi-like? Yeah, I could see it. Maybe like a rookie or a champion. Was there ever an episode of the anime that was more heavy-handed emotional than the one where Ash gets stuck in the ice cave and all of his Pokemon surround him and it starts playing this like really sappy music? I think I have that on VHS. I think I have that episode on VHS because I remember it very well. Even with 8 gym badges, Charizard didn't listen to him. I love you. Ash. Ash, I love you. Crowd gasps. Yeah, it does kind of have a little bit of Gargomon, Terriermon in it. They almost kind of have like that like rabbit face, especially like on Mega Gargomon's weapons in its face. I see it, I see it. We tried out my Lopunny, my shiny Shalfa Lopunny, that's shiny alpha, that I called Lopmon. Ground Fairy. That would be amazing. Pokemon never does fan service stuff like that, though. Like, if this was any other franchise, there'd be a Crystal Onyx in somewhere. It would exist. But Pokemon never... They don't do stuff like that. For better or for worse, I suppose. Harley. Yes, the pink fairy armadillo. I brought that one up on stream a while back. That's such a good one. Dunsparce? Dunsparce? Nobody likes the Dunsparce. I mean, I think he's fine, but people have so much contempt for the Dunsparce. Terraforce. Terraforce! Or Greymon is so cool. It should perish. I like the Dunsparce. The duality. The duality of chat. Yeah, Sparkly, that's kind of exactly how I see it. Like, what did you expect? Did you think Game Freak was gonna give it this, like, epic sauce dragon evolution? Come on, be serious. Again, that's not Game Freak. That ain't them. I don't think a lot of people seem to know what a Tsuchinoko is. They just saw some cool fan art of, like, normal dragon to Dunsparce in 2017 and were like, yeah, that's what it's gotta look like. Yeah, I've heard good things about Beat Break. If you're looking for a new anime to get into, I've heard good things about Digimon Beat Break. Noivern's an underrated shiny. Yeah, I like shiny Noivern. I actually think I might like Noibat shiny better. Shout out to my rare mark Noibat shiny the Recluse. Shout out to that guy. Tastes like? I mean, it's a snake. I personally don't know what snakes taste like. I don't want to know what they taste like, so you'd have to tell me. Ooh, another one! We found another Meowth that's faster than my timid Myman. If it didn't take me 10 years to level up Myman. I actually will heal after this. That's so annoying, you little shits. Leave me alone. Leave my poor mime alone. Already beat the trainers here. When I was training up the Abra for the trade, I beat all those trainers. Which, again, another pro tip. If you're gonna shiny hunt Vulpix, or if you're gonna just get that Mr. Mime in general, train up your Abra first, because it gains XP faster than Mr. Mime does. The fame checker. Yay, there I go. This tree looks like it can be cut down. So did they build this fence around these two trees? There's another one. Come on, Vulpix. Just be golden. Be goldy yellow. Whatever that color is. I'm honestly not quite sure. Mustardy? Are you feeling a little Dijon tonight? Oh, I already have shiny Vulpix. I'm not doing this for my shiny living dex. This is a shiny challenge. Name it Dijon. Where did I pick my first Vulpix up? PLA, maybe? I might have gotten shiny Vulpix from PLA. The only one that would be new is if I got Spearow. Right on cue. If Spearow was shiny, then that would be a new one for my living dex. Because Spearow and Fearow have been in no games. So I do need... Do I need both or just one? Let me check. Will I nickname my Mons? Yeah, eventually. Oh, I need both. So the only shinies I don't have from Kanto are Raticate, Spearow, Fearow, Kadabra, Alakazam, Farfetch'd, Muck, Seeking, Starmie, Ammonite, Kabutops, Articuno. And I guess Mew. That's all I'm missing from old Gen 1. Did I have another Goldeen? Seeking and Goldeen haven't been around either. In BDSP, for all that's worth. Well, to me, that's worthless. To me, that's worth nothing. You hardly see... No, they got rid of Goldeen and Pogo. It's truly over. What was Pokemon Go unless you opened it and saw like 15 Goldeens every time? Yeah, I have a shiny Mew in Pogo, but I don't count Pogo shinies in my living dex. So it doesn't count. I don't think Goldeen is the most interesting Pokemon in the world, but it's definitely not, like, the worst. Keep waiting for them to do something with Seeking. Who's gonna get one first? Dugong? Cloyster? Or Seeking? Watchog is the worst. You would see a few people bring them in ZA competitive and ZA ranked a few times, but let me tell you, you're not gonna find any in Champions unless you're running into a truly insane gamer. I wouldn't mind an evolution for Seeking, that'd be pretty cool. What's the worst poke? I should make like a top worst bottom 5. Would be in my bottom 5. What's wrong with Psyduck? What did he do? Sock and throw. I don't know, maybe like Enamorous or Mabostiff. Yeah, Psyduck's one of those Pokemon that's in every game. And yet Golduck's never gotten anything either. I didn't even bring up Golduck when I brought up the other water types. Golduck's never gotten anything. Oh, Enamorous is garbage. Absolute dog shit. We didn't need another genie. And we didn't need another genie that looked like that.
Well, actually, it's based on the ancient Japanese thing.
I don't care, it's ugly. Before someone tries that. Just because it's based on something cool doesn't mean it's like free from being ugly. Zarude. Turbo Granny. Yeah, Zarude is another dud. It did. There really are not a lot of Pokemon I truly dislike, though, chat. In all honesty, there are not a ton of Pokemon that I genuinely don't like. It's a small handful, but they do exist. I would put Unfezant on that list, too. That Pokemon stands for everything about Pokemon design that I hate. Just boring, realistic bird Pokemon. 2 thumbs way down. Because it's gotta be like real life and reflect animals that you'd see outside or some bullshit. Whatever dumbass shit Game Freak says. So you have to have 10,000 boring fish and bird Pokemon every gen. Because it's gotta be like real life. Oh, the soft-shell turtle theory in form. I think it's a soft-shell turtle. I mean, we can make the turtly enough for the Turtle Club jokes, but besides that, yeah. It also just contributes nothing to PLA. It's one of the more annoying missions in the whole game. It just does nothing. It's just like an empty filler mon. Like, maybe if they gave her giant muscular arms like the rest of the genies, we could have a conversation, but they're cowards, so they didn't, so I don't want to hear it. Oh yeah, Corviknight's great. I want to throw myself out a window when I fight one, but great design. Great shiny, too. I really do like shiny Corviknight. Shiny Corviknight and Skarmory having that kind of brown, I don't know, rusty color. They're very nice. But yeah, don't want to fight one though. I don't like fighting Corviknight. Crobat is so underrated. Crobat's another Pokemon that I keep waiting for them to deliver something to. Sneasler. I feel the same way about Sneasler that I do Kleavor, where it just doesn't need to exist. Like, we already had Weavile. We already had Scizor. Neither are better than either of those two. I kind of go back and forth on Sneasler, though. I don't know. Do I like it? Do I hate it? I don't know. Depends on depends on the day. Darkrai's Mega. I like Heatrans a lot more. Shiny Hunting Cubchoo. Oh, there's another good candidate for my least favorites list, Beartic. Magmar, otherwise known as Boober, Bubby, Booburn. Yeah, it is like a muted copper bronze. It's very nice. Corviknight was it's ever since Talonflame. They went soft on Toucannon, and then they went right back to, let's make a good regional bird. And then they came out with Corviknight. Competitive-wise. It helps that both Talonflame and Corviknight have fun typing instead of just flying normal. A good Route 1 bug. They seem incapable of making one. They seem genuinely kind of incapable of making one. A lot of people have said Mega Darkrai is supposed to be connected to... because he has the same eye detailing as Solgaleo and Lunala. But, like, what does that even mean? Like, that's cool, but are they ever going to expand upon that or do anything with it? Otherwise, Game Freak loves doing that. Here's two things that look like they could be related. Are we ever going to expand upon this? No. We ever going to talk about it? No. But yeah, the eyes, Mega Darkrai's eye looks identical to the eyes that are on Solgaleo and Lunala, so they're clearly implying something. I just don't know what. I don't know what. Also, the fact that Darkrai eclipses the moon. Like, you could draw some conclusions just from that. It really is a Kirby villain, you're right. Mega Darkrai has Kirby villain energy. Pelipper Sheer Cold, good luck. Careful of taunters. I'm so ready for Garchomp Z. I got us Pather. I'm gonna get us Pather ready. We're gonna debut a Garchomp Z team. Mega Darkrai is not scary enough to be a Kirby villain. Yeah, it really isn't scary. He's just like a big floating eyeball guy. I feel like regular Darkrai's shape language, like its silhouette, is way more scary. Again, even Heatran is more intimidating, the Mega, with its giant open mouth, its giant gaping maw. I still think he's gonna get Dark Aura. They gave Fairy Aura to Eternal Mega Floette. They're gonna give Dark Aura to Darkrai. Dark Aura, Darkrai, it's right there. Like poetry, it rhymes. I really hope Mega Staraptor isn't Buns. Staraptor would be a fun Mega to use in Champions. Yeah, that kind of makes me sad, Sparkly. They gave one to Darkrai and then left its counterpart with nothing. Like, Cresselia got nothing in ZA. I hate when they focus on, like, one part of, like, a duo and then the other one just gets left alone. They don't get anything. They'll just give it Levitate. It is pretty funny to have people go for ground moves on Mega Delphox, though. I saw somebody say that they were using Klefki with Magnet Rise. That's hilarious. That makes you immune to ground moves for, what, like 5 turns? So if you use Klefki against Garchomp, what can Garchomp even do? Unless they're a sneaky chomp that's running a non-dragon ground move. That's hilarious. Yeah, Crest got nerfed in Scarlet Violet. I don't think it was... Are you joking? Another one? I've run into 3 Meowths tonight that have, like, are either Jolly or Max Speed IVs and outspeeding my Maimin. That's crazy. That hasn't happened in, like, 3 streams, and then all of a sudden I get 3. Oh, you got Shiny Dragon 3, Alpha 3, nice. I know, Stealth Rocks are such cheese. And then you have the people that'll sit there and, like, Garchomp will set up Stealth Rocks and Spikes. Like, okay. Awesome. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that exact same thing, where they feel like legendaries just don't have that oomph factor anymore. Or they just don't feel as, I don't know, grand. And, yeah, I kind of agree with that. I do agree. I'm very eager to see the box art legendaries for Weewa. That's another thing, being asked, like, are you gonna pick wins or waves? It's like, we haven't even had the box art legendaries yet. I don't know. How do you guys decide so quickly? Usually, it's the legendary I like the most that determines which game I end up taking. Yeah, version exclusives and Usually they like to do, they did the gym leader exclusives in Sword and Shield. They cut back on that in Scarlet and Violet. But yeah, it's like there's still so much information we need to know. Set up rocks rather than attacking. So many of them do it too. I have seen people go down on their stealth rock ships. They'll take a triple axle to their Garchomp's face, but as long as they get stealth rocks up. I think that's why I stopped bringing Charizard, because anytime I had Charizard, people would just immediately do the rocks, and it's like, oh, brother. And half the time, I wouldn't even bring Charizard. It just, if anybody sees Charizard, it just invokes rocks. They're a crutch. I honestly think they're a crutch. People rely on them because... I mean, I don't want to say everybody using stealth rocks has no skill, but I do think people rely on them maybe too much. Version exclusive Elite Four. They could definitely do something like that. Hopefully we don't have any poppies in Gen 10. The swappers really mentally break you, because now I expect everybody to swap, and then I have thrown matches because I go for a prediction and then they just stay in. It messes with your head, man. Like, genuinely, I do think people who just do nothing but switch, it gets ya. It really gets ya. And I've watched other people fall prey to that too, so I know it's not just me. All it takes is one or two battles, especially in a row with switch-happy people, and then you think everybody's gonna switch. Ugh, Wish Stall Umbreon is bad enough. Or we even saw that nasty Wish Stall Sylveon. Ugh. If they make a new Eevee, I hope it isn't an obnoxious pain in the ass to fight like every single other one of them are. Yeah, that was tilting me off the face of the planet too. It felt spiteful. It felt I could feel like malice coming from them. Listen, I hope they don't add Eviolite for a while. Don't add the Toxic Orb, high Nidoran female, 1%. Oh, the Belly Bolt Toxapex. So many people are running Belly Bolt now, chat. I have terrible news. So many people are running Belly Bolt now. Oh, boy. It's bad. Yep, soak belly. That's exactly what they do. Soak and then parabolic charge spam. You have to have an answer for it. If you have no answer for Belly Bolt, it's just gonna sit on the field and be a nuisance. I have the huge Belly Bolt squish too. I got it on sale for like $6 or something. It was a great deal. Snorlax does get fissure. Maybe you need something like a giant Snorlax to assist you in fights like that. Annoying Belly Bolt that wants to stay on the field, hit the fissure button. Maybe I'm not packing enough cheese, chat. Maybe I need to increase my dairy intake. And start running, like, fissure Pokemon. And then they'd switch into the Corviknight, and I would forfeit the game. Grass, Electric, Fairy, Normal are the only types not used in the Elite Four. I think they'll hit Fairy in Gen 10. Mega Halucha. Too many people have figured Mega Halucha out. Seems to be more useful in doubles anyway. Yeah, Mega Halucha. That strat won't work in singles, chat. I can't have my Excadrill or whoever on the field. Just one. That's crazy that they haven't had an electric Elite Four user. They should have switched and had Volkner in the Elite Four instead of frickin' Flint. They messed up. They messed up. Electric Gym Leader next gen. I really would like another electric fire type, considering we have one and it's Rotom Heat. Two types that have existed since Gen 1 and we only have one electric fire. Oh, you fake it and then they go for the taunt? That's smart. Big brain. I like watching people run Heliolisk and then shutting down Basculegion. It's always so funny, too. They don't ever... So many people don't even know. Which, if you didn't know, Heliolisk gets dry skin, so that makes it immune to the water attacks, and it's part normal, so that makes it immune to Last Respects. So if you're having a really hard time with Basculegion, try one little lizard boy. Also gets access to Shed Tail, which is quite spicy. Yeah, I keep wanting to find a way to try out Hisui Zoroark. A good normal type can do so much. Cudchew. They're taking all the competitive stuff out of Winds and Waves. That ain't happening. Pumpkaboo Squish. I'm surprised they haven't done Pumpkaboo, especially for like Halloween. I've wanted to try Farigiraf in singles, but I haven't found a way to slot it in yet. It's also, I've never seen a single person use it. I mean, there's a ton of priority flying around right now. Mega Kangaskhan is super popular. Lopunny is popular. I was thinking about putting low kick on my Meow on Fancy Feast. More Meowscaradas are running low kick, and that's spicy. That would give me a way to handle Ugly King Gambit. It would give me a way to handle things like Aggron. Not that we see many of them, but... An ice cream set? That's fun. Good for summer. Yeah, Scizor! Scizor! You know what they're gonna do, too. Scizor is just that guy. Like, even just one Sword Stance Bullet Punch can just destroy you. And all the vacuum wavers running around right now. Like, if you see Gardevoir, watch out, because she gets vacuum wave. Taunt Prankster. Not every Scizor runs Swords Dance. Something like Whimsicott certainly wouldn't want to be hit by, like, a bug bite. Yeah, it's like I don't enjoy running Pokemon like that. Like when I ran Hippowdon, he was more offensive than annoying cheese. Which is probably the suboptimal way to run it, but I can't stand battles that last that long. I don't want to be that person. Give it Klutz. Are they gonna add the Life Orb or the Choice Band first, or together? I'm anticipating one of those being added, one or both, in the next regulation. Choice Band Basque is just gonna be a monster. I kind of wish they would let us know, because I would love to game plan and then be ready as soon as the season went live. I'm gonna try to do that anyway, but I'm gonna just guess. I'm gonna think maybe get Garchomp Z ready, maybe some of the Megas from ZA that they haven't put in yet. Yeah, I was taken aback by no Life Orb. Because that's like my favorite item. I feel like Choice Band is definitely stronger. So maybe they will give us Life Orb first. Yeah, I would be fine with Black Sludge. Black Sludge and then let Alolan Muck in the game. The funniest way to kill Scizor is to put Flamethrower on a Pokemon they don't expect. Like, I watched somebody with a Hisui Gudra that has Flamethrower, and the amount of times Scizor will sit on the field and go for setup in the face of a Hisui Gudra with Flamethrower. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know they're in for a nasty surprise. More people are running Hisui Goo. I've definitely noticed more of it. Expert Belt? Yeah, I would be down to see Expert Belt. I think Expert Belt is perfectly okay. Yeah, if you want a funny, cheeky mon, Hisui Gudra's fun. Hey, Wolfmaster, thanks for the raid. What's up, everybody? I'm just shiny hunting in FireRed, LeafGreen. We're big chillin'. Hope you had a good stream. How sad Hisui Gu looks. It's kind of scary when Hisui Gudra like goes back in its shell and you just see the giant opening. Lugia in the name and you must raid. It's your favorite Pokemon? Nice. Well, thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. The song abruptly stopped. Video pause. Continue watching. Yes, YouTube. Thank you. I love that YouTube makes you check in every, like, hour. Otherwise, they stop playing the music. So predictable. Well, if they want a champion that's scary, they should perhaps consider not giving them Go-Goat or Avalugg. That might go places. Maybe don't design an ace Pokemon to be most likely sent out first and have it as the last Pokemon. Oh, poor Glamora. Not a lot of people run Mega Glamora, at least in singles. Blocker extension? That's smart. That's smart. Well, thanks again for the raid. Have a good one. Alright, we're almost at 5K for Nidoran mail, chat. Wowie zowie, that's a lot of little guys. Boom. 5K. They should have buffed Mega Audino. What's wrong with them? They're always setting up my girl Audino to take a fall. Leave her alone. I know, it's crazy how they've never really topped the red fight. Yeah, Mega Glim is pretty strong. It's one of those Pokemon that makes me wish I always had a good ground type, because if you see it and you don't have a ground type, uh-oh. Audino is pretty good in the TCG. At least she gets something. Yeah, if you want a lot of weird, obscure Pokemon that are weirdly good, go watch like Pokemon Go meta. They're always using like the most random shit you've ever seen. Charge-a-Bug, Licky, Medicham. But don't celebrate too hard, otherwise they'll take your first place prize away from you. Don't dare to show a human emotion. That's illegal. Thought that Meowth was shiny for a second. Doing some hatching. haven't done a Masuda hunt in a while. I feel like I'm due. I'm due for another Masuda hunt. We'll fit in one of these. One of these days. Mega Glim is a menace. Yeah, adaptability is good. Yeah, I woke up and saw that and felt genuine anger. Like, I feel real bad for Firestar. That's bullshit. If you're him, how would you even want to compete again? Like, I would be so disillusioned by all of this. I'm disillusioned and I don't even go and participate.
Well, it's important they set a precedent so people don't lightly jostle the table.
I would love to know the guy who made that decision. Like, talk us through it, big dog. Keep thinking these Meowths look shiny. Just don't... I'm going crazy. Well, it makes all the other judges and like the people, you know, that are staff, it just makes them all look bad. Like, a lot of those people, even people who are not responsible for the decision, like, they're gonna get hate and people are gonna be upset when it's not their fault, when they had no say in it. Ooh, you added Thunder Punch on a Mega Kang. That's fun. I saw Charizard X is becoming more common. I saw Charizard X running Thunder Punch. You're an Ultra Ball? Nice. Good luck. Good luck on the climb. It puts so many people in an awkward position. It puts the casters in an awkward position because they're gonna have to cover this in the next regional, and then they're gonna have to awkwardly talk about the Orlando stuff. It puts the guy who actually came in second being rewarded first place. It makes him look bad, even though he had no say in it and said this wasn't what he wanted. Fake out in last resort. Cut my life into pieces. Yeah, they buffed Troop Kick. And Crab Hammer. Serena's an interesting Pokemon. She has a very unique ability and some unique stats and moves. I don't think this is gonna make her like top tier, but it's good to see. It's good to see. You've been using Serena? Is it handy? Sometimes when you need them, a good grass type can save your life. Oh, speaking of grass types, be careful of Hisui Gudra. It can get Sap Sipper. I think regular Gudra can get it too. Like, you have a great grass Pokemon, it's taking names, and then you suddenly go up against a sap sipper Pokemon, it's like, oh. Why? Fluttermane? I feel like Eternal Floette is kind of doing its best Fluttermane impression. Although it is not very fast. Fairy is just such a good type. It's nice to see Moonblast get hit. I'm glad Moonblast got knocked down a little bit. Alright, we're almost at 27. Boom. Having Aura Sphere on our Chaladon is so nice. Everybody runs our Chaladon the boring way. Nobody runs it the fun way like I run mine. Nobody can be bridge boys. In Gen 4, you'd be there for like 10 minutes with that slow engine. That's not fun. You'd be there for a good 10 minutes. I've seen a few people try to workshop Steelix, but I just don't think it's that good. At least with the items we have now. My Mega Steelix, I don't think is salvageable. Oh, Stored Power Clefable is garbage. Anytime I see Clefable, I'm immediately like, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I was kind of thinking about Gardevoir. So many people have been using it. It's got me thinking about it. Oh, did I warn for ads? Ad warning. Last ads of the night. Yeah, Gengar hasn't had Levitate for like 10 years. It's still good though. Cursed Body can be annoying and Shadow Tag can be really nasty if you're skilled enough. Yeah, maybe I should do like colored teams. The gold boys, the golden girls. The golden girls. Yeah, Cursed Body can be honestly really obnoxious. I can't wait to run Metagross. I can't wait to run Metagross. I'm already like, oh baby, I'm waiting. It'll be crazy to see Mega Salamence back. They had a Game Boy game for it. Yeah, they used to make licensed games for anything back then. That doesn't surprise me. I wish Palafin... nobody uses Palafin. It's kind of sad. Everybody gets access to Flip Turn now, though. Everybody's flip turning all over the place. Yeah, Mence is gonna dominate. I don't see what would keep it down. Dawn fan. I always remember when I think about Dawn fan, I think of the first movie. That guy that's dressed like Team Aqua that fights Ash in the beginning of the first movie as a Dawn fan. The thought of Iron Bundle fighting Mega Salamence is insane. But yeah, it could. I definitely don't think it would like to see things like Iron Hands. I don't know when they'll add the Paradox Pokemon though. Who knows? An actual Evo. I think Tusk and Treads will probably be used when they're available in Champions. When I was watching somebody play some Scarlet and Violet singles not too long ago, a lot of people were using Iron Treads. Yeah, Fluttermane's gonna be nasty. Fluttermane. Also, Nidoran is now the longest hunt, chat. I'm just realizing this now. We have not hit the 5Ks until now. I've noticed a lot of people are bringing Ceruledge. Well, maybe not a lot. I think that's a fan favorite Pokemon people keep trying to make work. That's my theory anyway. Man, can they keep Dondozo out? Don't ever let him in. Don't let him in. When he comes to the door to get into Champions, deny him. Don't let him in. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Yeah, maybe it is all Mega Man fans. I know they love Ceruledge and Armarouge. They are very, very, very popular. Which I like Armarouge and Ceruledge. I tried to use them. Armarouge was quite good in, Stupid chair's making so much noise. Armarouge was fun in CA. I tried to make Ceruledge work. I tried. Armarouge was so good because it could participate in what we called beam meta. Where if you have a move that's a big beam, it can hit people across the field. Very good. Solar Beam. Most fire moves, etc. Heat Wave was so good in ZA. I should probably make Magikarp the most recent, I guess. I need to make that into a YouTube short. That's on my to-do list this week. Yeah, they announced the new season in ZA. It's Sub-Legendaries Mythicals, I think. What's up, Normal Shrub? Nope, no new rewards, unfortunately. If you haven't gotten the stones, it'll only take you like 2 matches and then you're good to go. So don't worry about it. It's not too bad. I was in a stream and he said the only people that are playing ZA ranked for the most part now are like kids who are just getting the game. So you might even have a great time. Beating up little Timmy. It's so satisfying when we get the encounters at the same time. Frame perfect! They all DC too. How about for a stream one time? We'll have to check back in and see if it's true, if it's just a bunch of like kids playing. I mean, there's still achievements that could be farmed in ZA. It might even be easier if it's all kids playing now. I never ran into hackers in ZA. You guys have told me stories about seeing people hacking, but I never encountered, at least to my knowledge, I never encountered, like, blatant hackers. Is it on sale? Good. It's the price it should just be. I don't remember anybody using just like non-stop like moves or anything. Was there another incident? You KO and you didn't get the points? Maybe I did? Yeah, it'd be so nice to just like PK hex yourself one of every type of donut like 99 times. Alright, we'll probably get to 2800 and 5100. And then we'll call it. And then we're gonna do more of this tomorrow, chat. We're gonna be big chillin'. Unlimited swabs. The worst was when Mega Rayquaza was introduced. That was the worst meta. Machamps.com. I haven't run into anybody in Champions with a genned Pokemon name. I wish I would, though, because that's funny. That's always a hoot. Poke.co or some shit like that. Yeah, having a Mega hold an item is just... Rayquaza gets glazed too much. That Pokemon can sit down on the bench for like another 10 years, please. Bop, 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 bop. Unlimited prizes! It would always be the focus sash, too. It would always be the focus sash. Sashed Mega Rayquaza? Not even once. Pokemon.gg used belly drum. We definitely saw that a lot during Terra raids in Scarlet Violet. Although, honestly, that was a good sign, because at least we know that Pokemon is probably fully EV trained, unlike all the kids bringing... Little Timmy's bringing level 64 Annihilapes. Icicle Spear. Yeah, I've seen Weavile be used in champion singles, and they run Icicle Spear because it's just better. Triple Axle is butt. And it's a physical contact move, so if you hit Garchomp, you're gonna take rough skin damage. You got a shiny Metang, nice. That's a great shiny. I know, Dragoon. I don't think I can go back. I think it's except for maybe like very rare cases, I probably will not pick up Scarlet and Violet much. That's a good question. How many do I have? I have a lot of balls for Vulpix. Balls out for Vulpix. Okay, I got 39 Pokeballs and 12 Great. I think I want to catch it in a Pokeball. $25. I got 25. So unless I become astronomically, like, insanely unlucky, I should be good. I mean, I'm not going to attack it. I can't attack it with Charmeleon. We're just going to throw balls at it and pray. I mean, if 25 isn't enough to catch, like, a level 6 whoever the frick this ends up being, then, like, come on. I actually don't think I have any more money. I think I probably bought as many as I could. Let's see, how many casholas do I have? I have 126 bucks, yeah. I can't even afford one. I'd have to go into Mount Moon and fight some of those trainers. Delta Stream. Yeah, I definitely do not look forward to the Champions meta that brings the Primals and Mega Ray back. And again, Pidgey could be a problem. If Pidgey shows up shiny in Leaf Green, I believe at level 19 it learns Whirlwind, so... if it's a high-level shiny Pidgey, that could be a problem. I actually don't know what I would do in that situation. I think I would just immediately throw a ball at it. And if I don't catch it, then let Arceus take the wheel on that one. And of course, again, Mr. Mime is here because he has soundproof and Vulpix carries roar, so there's two problematic things here as far as shiny hunting goes. Now, if like Meowth or Vulpix is... Well, no, I can't. If Vulpix is shiny, I just have to throw balls at it. But if it's something else, then I could switch into Venusaur and go for Sleep Powder. This is all theoretical, of course, until the actual shiny shows up. Where are you? We're in the 5Ks now. All right, 2 more checks. Nidoran will probably end up being my longest hunt. Number-wise. Not time-wise, I don't think. But number-wise, it'll be up there. And boom. Wow, look at that! 51, 00, 28, 00. We're getting some big old numbers, chat. We're getting big numbers, which is not what you want to see when you're shiny hunting. Well, thanks for hanging out tonight, everybody. That was 3.5 hours of some good, chill, shiny hunting. Of course, if you ever want to watch the VODs or need some more content, everything is up in a nice playlist on YouTube for your viewing enjoyment. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. I will be back with more of this tomorrow. We're gonna hammer this out. I want my shiny. I know it's gonna be soon, TM. So we're gonna try to get it done, chat. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Good luck in your own shiny hunts, good luck in champions, and anything else you're doing. And yeah, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Thanks for the raids and the resubs, and all the follows. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.